While I'm in the process of doing another video, I figured I might as well go ahead and take these out because I'm in a cleaning mood. I was going to clean this with plastics, something like that. But in the process of doing that, I found out that this stuff right here is basically adhesive. For whatever reason, I believe there was a seal here, but over time that seal broke down, and I'm guessing it was probably something like this, and it just broke down over time, because I don't believe that someone would just seal in from the factory anyway, seal in my light bulb. I've already done this side. Yeah, it kind of looks like shit. I put a little too much silicone. The plan is to put clear silicone in here so that a little bit more light shines through. I didn't execute it very well. That's waterproof silicone, and that also goes around the edge, the outside edge. But this is what I'm presented with, and this is what I'm going to show you how to fix my way. Alright, first thing, obviously, there's two screws here. There's going to be an electrical connector back behind here, which goes to the light bulb. And then it's just a standard connector. And just push down there, actually. I need two hands to do this. One-handed. Alright, this seal is made out of really thick RTV. But it looks like it's laid down almost like a putty. So this could be some kind of putty. But this does kind of look factory. I had a large crack in the housing of my other one, so I just ended up taking all of the RTV off. And I'll show you how that sits in there. That sits in there okay, but it's not watertight. Well, this one isn't as bad, but on my other one, this thing was completely covered with dirt in here. That's what kind of made it fade a little bit. The two lights were not of the same brightness because the other one was really dirty. I'm going to take a small flat-headed screwdriver and I'm going to pry up all of this crap. But unfortunately, there was still some tacky stuff in here. There's stuff in here that never fully cured, which says to me that it's some type of RTV compound. Because RTV is air activated, and if you put it on thick enough, the stuff inside will never fully cure. See, there is a split. You can't see it, but basically it comes off like that. It's some really thick RTV. This reminds me of the factory valve cover gasket, the way that this is so thick. See, this little white edge here, that's stuff that has not fully cured. It's tacky. Ends up coming out like bubble gum. Probably easiest if you pry it off from the outside lip. Yep, that works a lot better. Okay. Alright, I'm going to try and keep some of these pieces arranged on the desk, on the bench, just so I know what kind of thicknesses I'm dealing with. You don't have to be real methodical about getting it. If you want to clean the lens with plastics or a rubbing compound, then you really do want to get all this crap up. You don't want that getting mixed in with your plastics and then all of a sudden everything is hazy. Alright, so I'll be right back after I clean all this crap up. Okay, now I'm going to use some plastics. And once the stuff starts drying, it basically turns into watery toothpaste. It's got a grit in there, but it's a little bit more watery than toothpaste. And then once it starts drying, it's got a good grit to it. And then all the grit just kind of evaporates. It's really awesome stuff. Now, this isn't supposed to be used for major oxidation like on boat lens covers, you know, the circular ones, the gauge covers. You don't want to use this for boats or marine applications or anything that has major oxidation. For major oxidation, you want to go with rubbing compound or polishing compound for minor oxidation. This has no oxidation. It has a slight yellowing, but I would just want to make sure that I restore this or rejuvenate this just a little bit. It's not that bad because this lens cover is mounted upside down, basically never gets sun unless you flip your car over, in which case you got bigger issues than sun damage on your lens covers. And once you get that squeaky clean, then just flip it over and do the other side. Alright, and then when you're done, you're left with a perfectly clean lens cover. Now, all you have to do is get some silicone. When you fill it up, you do not want to fill it higher than these ridges. You just want to do a little bit on the outside. Do not do it thick, otherwise you'll mess up and your entire lens cover, or at least half of your lens cover, will be filled with silicone inside. It's not what you want. You just want to beat on the outside. I learned that from the first go around and messed up, so followed my advice on the second time. And that's pretty much what you want. You just want it along the outside edge. Line up your holes, then try and thread the screws through to keep this in place. Yeah, that works. You could screw it down first, duh, and then fill it, which probably would have been an easier way to go. But I'm an idiot and I like to do things the hard way every time. Now we should be able to go back and fill in that groove. Probably would have been the easiest way to do it the first time. Now comes the hard part of actually putting it in. Alright, the first thing you want to do is align it so that you can get the connector on there. Alright, that's connected. Now there's a peg that goes through. Let me get that peg in there first. Got that one started. Now those two are completely run down. Do not over tighten those. I'll come back with a towel, wipe some of this excess around the sides. Alright. Now we have a nice clean install on both sides. Yeah, I did a lot better on that one. Way too much on that one. And that's basically how you do that if you don't have a gasket. You make your own with just pure silicone. I recommend bathroom silicone. This happens to be outdoor sliding glass door, but it's 100% waterproof, and this kind of stuff will hold up for an eternity. And this is the same exact stuff that I put on my mesh grill on the front in my fog light ports, and I did that 15 years ago using this stuff. Really great stuff. And another nice thing about using clear silicone is after a while dirt and grime will get into the silicone and it will look like there's a black seal. Pretty neat stuff. So that is a successful re-gasketing of the license plate lights. You can use the same procedure to change out your license plate lights if you ever need to, and you don't have a gasket. I don't know if there's one available. I guess I will check and update this video. And the silicone is really easy to remove as well. You just unscrew it, pop it out, and then take a razor blade or something and you can cut on it, and then the whole thing will just rip out. That's one of the nice things about adhering silicone to plastic, especially something you've coated with plastics, is that it doesn't adhere. It's not really like an adhesive. It will come out. But it will also stay waterproof. So that's it.